Welcome to the 41st Annual Cindy Klein Memorial Handbell Christmas Concert 2020. I'm Karen Condi, Director. Thank you for joining us for this virtual concert. It's a little different. It's different for all of us. This year has presented us with many challenges because of the COVID pandemic, but I know that you're going to enjoy the concert as we present it to you in this way. We have 8 pieces that are very near and dear to our hearts, and that you'll recognize all of them. We have 9 players because we couldn't have any more than that because of the COVID pandemic. And this year we're asking some of our players to present memories. Good memories or bad memories maybe, but memories about bells or Christmas. And I'm going to present to you my memory, which is of last year. I was on medical leave last year for the 40th Christmas concert and was not able to participate in the playing or directing of the concert. It was the first time in 40 years I wasn't able to do that. I sat in the front row at both concerts at the church and I cried. But praise the Lord, I'm healthy and I'm ready to move on to 2021. Which I know all of you are, and hopefully we'll all get past this COVID. So I'd like to wish all of you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Stay safe, and hopefully 2021 will see the end of all of our COVID issues, and we'll meet back together next December at the church for a full concert. Merry Christmas. Hi, it's Karen Condi again, and I'm just adding a PS onto this concert. That, bless Katie Fuchs' heart, she got exposed to COVID at the last minute, and we had to put in a last-minute substitution. Pam Young-Walker stepped up and played Katie's bells, and she did a great job. And we just thank Pam for doing that for us, and we hope that Katie stays healthy. Have a Merry Christmas again.
Christmas has always been important in my family, and since being married to Lisa 29 years ago, we've had many experiences. My dad was a freak when it came to Christmas presents, and this is an example of what our Christmas would look like growing up in Wisconsin.
everybody. Since I didn't get to actually play bells in the concert this year, I thought I'd go ahead and share a favorite Christmas memory so I can still be in this anyway. There used to be a house out in the county that had a really large property, and they would put up a whole bunch of lights for both Halloween and Christmas. And it was actually a physical display that you could go and walk around and look at all the different setups. And one year during that magical week between Christmas and New Year, my family decided to go take a look at it. And as we were walking through looking at the different displays, we came to one that had a little orange kitten sitting in it. I was very surprised, and I patted my leg, and rather than being skittish like I expected, she actually ran up and let us pet her and fuss over her. Then one of the people that was working at this display and was showing people around picked up the kitten and started to carry her around, so I figured it must belong to the property owners. Well, we went through and looked at the whole display, and it took about an hour, and then we were getting in our car to go home, and my husband was fastening our youngest son, who was 1 at the time, into the back seat, and he suddenly said, "We have a cat in our car." Now, I knew there were some stuffed animals back there, so I thought that's what he was talking about, but he said it again, "We have a cat in our car." And sure enough, it was that little orange kitten. So he went to go take her back to the people who owned the area with the display, and while I was in the car, I could hear him saying, "It's not every day a cat comes and gets in your car." And when he came back, sure enough, he was carrying that little kitten. It turned out that the property owner said she wasn't their cat, but actually just a stray that was hanging around. Yes, she went home with us. And 10 years later, we still have Charlie. She is the most absolutely wonderful pet. And so the year that she chose us is our family's favorite Christmas memory.
We are so glad that you have joined us for this virtual concert. This is certainly not how we have planned to celebrate the 41st year for the Cindy Klein Memorial Handbell Choir, but we knew that we had to come up with some way of sharing the joy of the Christmas season with all of you, since the choir has never missed a Christmas concert. I'm Bob Klein, and I am the senior pastor of Trinity United Methodist Church. While I only began serving as the pastor this past July, in the middle of the pandemic, I am no stranger to Trinity. I was baptized here at Trinity, and all four of my grandparents and my parents were all members of Trinity at one point. I was also employed by the church for the previous 10 years as the administrator. Let me give you a little background on the beginnings of the Cindy Klein Memorial Handbell Choir. My sister Cindy was killed in a dune buggy accident in Rocky Point, Mexico over Memorial Day weekend in 1978. She was just 21 years old. Cindy loved music. She loved the Christmas season, and it only seemed fitting that she should be remembered through music. The first 3 octaves of the handbells were purchased in her memory, and the choir was formed. Throughout the years, with additional memorial gifts, fundraising efforts by the choir, and other donations, additional bells were purchased. We added chimes, and most recently, a set of silver bells were given in memory of Betsy Hingel, a longtime handbell player and the church organist here at Trinity for a number of years. These concerts are important to the choir, not only so that we could share the joy of the Christmas season, but this is the primary means by which the choir raises money for new music and supplies so that the bells are always shiny and bright. If you are able, I would invite you to make a donation to the choir by visiting the church's website at trinityuma.org and clicking on the Give Online button. You will then see an option to support the bell choir. Or you may drop a check in the mail made out to the church with bell choir in the memo line and address it to 3030 South 8th Avenue, Yuma, 85364. We so appreciate your generosity. And now, back to the music.
Hi, my name is Shelley Bernstein, and one of my favorite Christmas memories is many years ago, I was a director of children's ministry at a church, and were spending a lot of time getting ready for the Christmas program. And my kids had to listen to the songs over and over and over again. At home, in the car, everywhere. They were getting kind of tired of it. Finally, the day of the program came and everybody did great, and I had turned around to thank the congregation for coming and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. And one of my sons comes running up to the front of the stage, and he was about 4 at the time. And he says, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy, can we please now just sing Jingle Bells?" And of course, everybody giggled, but the pianist struck up jingle bells, and everybody, including the congregation, sang jingle bells just for him. And he was so excited. And he says, thank you, Mommy. It was such a special memory. Merry Christmas.
Bob and I are celebrating our 30th Christmas together. You know Bob, he's my ringing partner on my left. Every year when we set up our Christmas tree, we watch Holiday Inn. If you haven't seen it, you absolutely should.
We hope that you have enjoyed this 41st annual Christmas concert presented by the Cindy Klein Memorial Handbell Choir. The choir members and the Trinity family join me in wishing you the most blessed of Christmases and the joy of a marvelous new year. We hope to be able to present our 42nd annual Christmas concert live and in person next year. Until then, may the love and light of Christ shine brightly in and through you. God bless.